Appreciate you for coming through. Appreciate you. We're gonna get started real quick. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Hope everybody's doing good. Sorry boys, I'm trying to do something, but it's not cooperating. Okay, I guess it's just not letting me do anything on my phone. Alright, let's get started. Let's hop right into the news. Let's get right into the news. Alright, first things first, we're gonna do some reactions today. I don't got nothing to play. We're waiting for The Last of Us Part 1 to come out. So we have a couple different options to start from. We're gonna watch them all probably. I'm gonna make videos on them all. But to start, we either have... Fuck, I didn't want to start it. We either have Miyamoto Musashi, A Life of Ultimate Focus. Now all these are gonna be really good philosophical videos, and they're all by the same dude, Enzel Ganger. I hope I pronounced that right. We might not get to all of them, but they all seemed like really good videos. And I think this is a good one to start with, The Philosophy of Fight Club, because I have watched a video like this, but I haven't watched this exact video. But, you know, all these are good. Why silence is power. Priceless benefits of being silent. The quieter you are, the more you hear. Silence boosts creativity. Yada yada yada. And what makes you a degenerate? Stoic philosophy. And I heavily support Stoic philosophies, and I think, well, Stoic philosophy, sorry, I didn't mean to say philosophies, but I think they're it can be extremely beneficial, especially if you use it correctly. But I think we're gonna hop right into, let's hop into the philosophy. I don't know if I want to do the Fight Club anymore, actually, because fuck it, let's do it. Alrighty. Oh, I have my own stream pulled up. Make sure it's running good. Alright, pause this and let's get right into this. Just let go. The philosophy of Fight Club. Actually, before we get started, sorry, I'm going to talk about why I'm doing this specific video or this specific live stream. The choice is yours. You have a choice in this life to take control of your life or to let life take control of you. You must not let your mind control you. You must control the mind. And a lot of these philosophies will help you get the realization of what you need to do. It's not going to help you do anything, because that's up to you. It's up to you to actually do something. This is just going to give you a little bit of motivation, inspiration, you know, all that good shit sprinkled in. But at the end of the day, it is up to you to truly take in what we are watching and to use it towards your benefit. That being said, let's get started. Just let go. Oh, whoops. Just let go. The philosophy of Fight Club. Shout out to Enzel Ganger. We're about to watch.
Life is short.
Bunch of videos.
It's ending 1 minute at a time. Why waste it on fulfilling other people's expectations? This is
Hold on. This dude's video is fucking quiet. Is it just me?
just one of those questions presented in a novel written by Chuck Palahniuk named Fight Club. The film version of Fight Club, directed by David Fincher, starring Brad Pitt, Edward Norton and Helena Bonham Carter, could be considered one of the best and most impactful movies ever made when looking at its reception and ongoing popularity. Fight Club isn't shy of over-the-top violence, contains
this sounds quiet, like
a fair amount
this sounds
of
mad
explicit
quiet.
language, and, of course, the obnoxious behavior of its characters. However, it's definitely more profound than just
Sponsored
men
by
coming together to beat each other
Prime
up.
Hydration.
The story is built.
It is the premium hydration. I'm giving them
Life is
free.
short.
God
It's ending
damn
1
it,
minute
dude. F5 restarts the fucking video. That is some bull fucking shit. The philosophy of Fight Club.
The story of Fight Club revolves around three main characters. It's told from a first-person perspective by a nameless character that's commonly called the narrator, who has a dead-end white-collar job at a major car company and has fallen prey to what he calls the IKEA nesting instinct. Dictated by social norms, he walks perfectly in line like a docile sheep, which translates into an inauthentic,
Fucking
repetitive,
sheep.
and empty
Don't be a
life.
sheep.
He suffers from a bad case of insomnia, which causes him to be neither fully awake nor fully asleep. Sometimes he entertains self-destructive thoughts. As he flies around from state to state for his job, he prays for a crash or mid-air collision every time the plane banks too sharply on takeoff or landing. During a flight, he meets an eccentric and hyper-masculine character named Tyler Durden. Tyler seems to be
and this is when he wakes the
direct
fuck up.
opposite of the narrator. He's a wolf rather than a sheep. Disentangled from society.
You must be a wolf. You must be a
impervious to
shark.
social norms. He takes what he wants.
But look, sharks only grow the size of their environment. The people you hang around, people you look up to, they gotta be good people, or else you will find yourself revolving around that same circle your whole life.
Without asking and whenever he pleases. He's self-sufficient, has no superiors, and doesn't care about the material possessions. The movie later reveals that Tyler and the narrator are the same person, as Tyler is a
Just
product
spoiled
of
it.
the narrator's imagination that's probably induced by severe insomnia, combined with dissatisfaction with a dull, meaningless existence and a lifetime of repressed urges.
Jesus
The narrator is
Christ.
addicted to going to support groups for specific illnesses because these give him the opportunity to cry, which seems to be a remedy for his insomnia. The downside of his behavior is that he isn't genuine. He has no testicular cancer or blood parasites, yet acts as if he does, so he can reap the benefits of these sessions. But these benefits come to an end when another non-genuine visitor starts to join the sessions as well. This is a woman named Marla Singer, and her motive for joining these sessions is, and I quote, "It's cheaper than a movie and there's free coffee." Marla is a self-destructive, chain-smoking fatalist who is expecting to die at any moment, but finds it tragic that it never happens. She steals food and clothes.
I don't remember this part.
And attempts suicide by overdosing Xanax. Even though the narrator, Tyler, and Marla have totally different personalities, they all live their lives, accompanied by a nihilistic undercurrent. Tyler seems to have figured out what causes this emptiness, and during the course of the story, his solution unfolds. Unfortunately, his character slides from a sage-like father figure to an anarchist terrorist who is out to destroy modern civilization. Nevertheless, he exposes a series of harsh realities about modern life that are worth contemplating. The anti-consumerist stance of Tyler Durden becomes obvious when he verbalizes his concern about a modern way of life. Shortly after the narrator meets Tyler, he discovers that his apartment went up in flames. After this unfortunate event, realizing that he has no friends to call, he calls Tyler. The two meet, and the narrator complains about losing his furniture.
This game's a mindfuck.
And almost
Game. This movie's a mindfuck.
Tyler responds rather indifferently and slightly sarcastically before he begins to
Makes
express his views on the matter. I quote, "We're consumers. We are byproducts of a lifestyle obsession. Murder, crime, poverty, these things don't concern me. What concerns me are celebrity magazines, television with 500 channels, some guy's name on my underwear, Rogaine, Viagra, Olestra." End quote. It becomes clear that Tyler has quite an unconventional view of what's good and bad. Murder, crime and poverty are generally considered bad things, while consumer goods like televisions, clothing from a certain brand, products that help to hide aging, enhance bedroom performance and help us with weight loss are considered preferable. Tyler has a contempt for the artificial, as opposed to elements that have been a natural part of the human condition, probably as long as we exist. This way of thinking touches upon an ancient cynic philosopher named Diogenes of Sinope, who believed that modern civilized life hinders our natural state. At the end of the movie, it appears that the narrator has destroyed his apartment himself when he was taken over by his alter ego. Tyler Durden.
I was just about to say it's a kind of a mindfuck because wasn't it said that the fucking cool Tyler blew up the apartment, but if they're the same dude, that means he blew up his own apartment. Man, that's deep. That's deep if you really think about it. That's deep as fuck.
This deed was the first step onto the road of detachment from his property into a more authentic way of life, and to, how Tyler puts it, reject the basic assumptions of civilization, especially the importance of material possessions. The narrator moves in with Tyler, who lives in a dilapidated house with ongoing leaks, power failures, and no IKEA furniture. Slowly but surely, the narrator indeed detaches from his previously destroyed property. Things you own end up owning you, Tyler tells him. And this simple piece of wisdom probably hits home when the narrator realizes that he doesn't need all these worldly goods and is actually much happier without them. Tyler Durden is a nonconformist and shows, again, similarities with Diogenes, who not only purposefully lived in poverty, but also rejected social norms. For him, social constructs are nothing more than a superficial layer of culture that represses our true nature. Diogenes lived in a barrel. Tyler lives in an abandoned building. Diogenes urinated in public. Tyler urinates in the soup of a restaurant. Diogenes bit his opponents like a dog. Tyler salivates over them using his own blood. The narrator, on the other hand, seems to be the embodiment of conformity, as he adapts his lifestyle completely to societal expectations. The problem with this behavior is that we dedicate our existence walking the paths that people other than ourselves have laid out for us. This need to conform, this fear of falling by the wayside, this sickly preoccupation by what others think of us, this necessity to keep up with the Joneses. What an exhausting way of life, just to feel accepted. So, what if we stop caring? What if we reject the generally accepted norms and choose our own values, elect our own leaders, determine our own goals, regardless of the social expectations? This is a fundamental difference.
We have to.
Between the narrator.
We have to. As masculine men, as people in general. We have to fucking take control of our life and stop letting the powerful drain our energy, drain our fucking brain, and just make us robots fucking just watching shit. I mean, here I am. Here I am just watching shit, but it's like, if you're gonna watch anything, watch shit that's really gonna make you think about the way you're acting, and then the way you could be acting differently, the different things you could be doing. You gotta be fucking thinking, dude. You can't just stalemate and fucking, if you're doing the same thing every fucking day, how do you expect anything to change? Like, you gotta fucking innovate, you gotta try new things, you gotta just put yourself out there, you gotta do new things that you don't want to do, but you know it'll be beneficial for you, or potentially beneficial. It may not, but you never know until you fucking try anything. And when anything you try, you learn something, whether it doesn't work for you or not. Like, you learned that it doesn't work, or you at least learned that you weren't as open-minded as you could have been. Like, you got to think about all that shit. If you're going into something like, that shit probably won't work for me, you're right, it probably fucking won't with that mindset. Like, fucking fix yourself before you try and fix anyone else.
In all the ways that
and here I am trying to fucking preach and help other people, but I have fixed myself to a point where I feel extremely confident and comfortable, and I've worked on myself to the point where I feel like I can process and speak my thoughts in a way that people can relate to it, and I want to be able to get myself out there some way, but I'm not even worried or stressing about it, because I know in due time it's going to come. I also want to continue to build myself and continue to inform myself and continue to do all the things that I can that is necessary in becoming a better individual. And I'm just all around focused on my self-improvement, and you must focus on it as well.
Ironically, later on in the story, Project Mayhem, a terrorist organization led by Tyler that grows out of Fight Club, is a textbook example of conformity, as its members wear the same clothes, are absolutely equal, abolish their names, and are referred to as space monkeys that sacrifice their lives for a greater cause. We could say that by rejecting one doctrine in order to be non-conformist, we often imprison ourselves in another one.
Yeah, that's exactly what just happened.
Fighting and the experience of pain play a significant role in Fight Club. At the beginning of the story, Tyler asks the narrator to hit him as hard as he can. He explains his strange wish by saying, "How can you know yourself if you've never been in a fight? I don't want to die without any scars." End quote. So the narrator hits him, Tyler hits him back, and the two engage in a fist fight. Both seem to feel surprisingly pleasant afterward and decide to do it again. Their nightly activities on a parking lot attract the attention of other men that are also interested in joining these non-hostile fistfights, and thus Fight Club is born. It's widely known that voluntary exposure to certain forms of pain make us stronger in the face of adversity, which could be a legit reason to partake in these fights.
I want a fucking box, bro.
After fighting everything else in your life got the volume turned down.
I might start doing karate, because that's the only thing that's in my local area.
Hardship through exposure. A physical fight and the violence and aggression that goes with it resonates with the primal part of our being. Not only the men in the story are attracted to the violence of fighting. Fight Club as a movie and novel was so impactful on its audience that real-life fight clubs started to emerge. The story shows an experiment in which the members of Fight Club pick fights with random strangers and are supposed to lose, which isn't as easy as it sounds. Most people do everything to avoid physical conflict. Now, this video is in no way intended to endorse violence, but Fight Club makes us wonder if it's a good thing that we've lost touch with these primal tendencies. Should we repress this part of human nature, or perhaps integrate it in healthy and constructive ways?
Facts. Yo. This is a great point. I think, I should react to a Jordan Peterson clip. Because this right here is a great fucking point to transition to Jordan Peterson when one of his number one things, not his number one thing, but one of his number one things is to adopt your shadow self. Adopt your darker side. Adopt your alter ego or whatever. I'm pretty sure he said your dark side. You must adopt your dark side. And you must accept all parts of your dark side, all parts that you are trying to get rid of, all parts that you are trying to ignore. You must adopt that into your life and apply it, but not to the point where you become insane or to the point where you become a fucking psycho and you're just a harm to other people. No, to the point where you can control your dark side and you use your dark side when need be. That is a truly powerful person. Fuck.
Life is short.
Fuck.
It's ending 1 minute.
Dude. Just fucking. God damn. God damn. I don't like that. I press F5 and it restarts the video. So that's like
Tyler
my
and a narrator
hotkey.
begin to see the world through a different lens. Tyler criticizes the modern self-improvement hype by saying,
whoa. Hold on.
Improvement is masturbation. Now, self-destruction.
What? Self-improvement is masturbation? What?
This statement is slightly confusing, as the masturbation. Now, self-destruction. This statement is slightly confusing, as the increasingly destructive nature of Fight Club, where faces are permanently mutilated and teeth are knocked out of people's heads, doesn't seem to be a sustainable way to live. But Tyler might be onto something when we look at self-destruction of a false self. Self-improvement often points to the accumulation of external goods, a better house, a better job, a better body, more money. But why should we endlessly want to improve ourselves? Why can't we just be happy with how things are and take life as it comes? Or as Tyler states, I say never be complete. I say stop being perfect. I say let's evolve. Let the chips fall where they may. End quote. We create an identity through material wealth and social status. And as far as Tyler is concerned, this false sense of self must be destroyed before we are free to do anything we want. Therefore, Project Mayhem's Space Monkeys live by a mantra which goes like this. You are not your job. You are not how much money you have in the bank. You are not the car you drive. You are not the contents of your wallet. You are not your khakis. You are all singing, all dancing crap of the world. End quote. Tyler makes a so-called human sacrifice, namely a man called Raymond who works a dead-end job in a convenience store. Raymond wanted to be a veterinarian, but didn't make it because it was quote-unquote too much studying.
They put a gun
Tyler threatens Raymond, saying that if he doesn't start studying within 6 weeks, he'll kill him. In this scene, Tyler points to another aspect of self-destruction, the act of letting go of fears, negative self-talk, and all distractions, so we can fully focus on our purpose. It's the destruction.
Hold on, we need to hear that again.
In this scene, Tyler points to another aspect of self-destruction, the act of letting go of fears, negative self-talk, and all distractions, so we can fully focus on our purpose. It's the destruction of everything within ourselves that holds us back from living life on our own terms.
Facts. Escape the fucking Matrix. Take control of your life. God damn it.
The problem is that running from pain means running from an inevitable part of life. The prospect of incurring pain makes us anxious and often leads to hedonistic decisions. That is, choosing the less painful path, even if a more painful path guarantees more success and pleasure in the future. Tyler Durden deals with this by inflicting a chemical wound on the narrator's hand using a lie. As expected, the narrator does everything to escape the pain. He uses visualization techniques he learned at a seminar and retreating in his cave to find his quote-unquote power animal. But Tyler slaps him in the face, forcing him to stay with the pain, saying, "This is the greatest moment of your life, man, and you're off somewhere missing it." End quote. For the narrator,
the fuck?
Tyler
so should we just inflict pain on ourselves?
Bottom.
I mean, What is the fucking overall message here? Hold on.
through suffering and destroying his false identity, there's yet another aspect that must be crushed.
Okay.
Hope. Losing all hope is freedom, and therefore he must reject what has rejected him, his Father and God. I quote, "Consider the possibility that God does not like you. In all probability, he hates you." End quote. Tyler states that we don't need God, that we shouldn't care about redemption and damnation, and if we're God's unwanted children, so be it. Thereby, we lose all hope, but are also liberated from religious doctrine and fatherly authority. Now we're truly free. Now we can create our own meaning and live how we want to live. Tyler emphasizes the importance of knowing what we want in life. To achieve this, we must be willing to get out of our comfort zone and jump into the unknown without safety brackets. The narrator, however, has
Dude, that's why I want to take a
letting go of
trip.
security.
I just want to go
He
somewhere.
begs Tyler to not mess around when he lets go of the steering wheel in a driving car while hitting the gas. Tyler calls the narrator pathetic and yells, "Hitting bottom isn't a weekend retreat. It's not a goddamn seminar. Stop trying to control everything and just let go." After an inevitable car crash, Tyler states that they just had a near-life experience.
A near life.
Fight Club is a story about rebellion against the status quo and a plea for the
A
simple
near
life.
life
It
experience.
criticizes the ways in which we are so hung up on security and material possessions, and how people let social norms dictate their lives. Stuff has become our religion. The idols we worship are IKEA and Starbucks. And the more we immerse ourselves in such an empty and unfulfilling existence, the more we start to resemble the things that we produce. Manufactured products, rather than authentic human beings.
Oh my god,
Tyler
facts.
shows us a way out. And even though his insights are profound, the execution is questionable. Fight Club and its terrorist branch Project Mayhem show us how easy it is to oppose one ideology in order to fall into another, and how a cult-like echo chamber built on rigid beliefs could become very destructive. Nevertheless, Tyler challenges us
I'm kinda
to be self-sufficient and disobedient to the authorities that let us down, to live authentically and in the moment, to confront our fears, to boldly step out of our comfort zones and let the things that don't matter truly slide. Thank you for watching.
W fucking video. Shout out Enzelganger. I don't know how to say Enzelganger. Hold on. We are gonna figure it out. Figure it out. Figure it out. Pronunciation. Enzelganger. Lonely soul. Inselganger. Dude, I kind of want to make my name German. What the fuck? That's cool as fuck. I am German too, so it's not like I'm just fucking pulling that shit out of my ass. My grandma's 100% German. W fucking video though. Let's have a little recap. To recap that is fucking, see, I didn't necessarily agree with 100% of it in terms of like the cult like shit, and that's what I was about to say. As much as I'm a huge fan of the whole self-improvement movement and the whole fucking blue pill, red pill, you know, I feel like it's pretty necessary, because we are serious, especially for not only my generation, but the generation below me, because we're entering a really weird fucking time, and it's kind of scary, like really scary. Like, it's not even kind of scary, it's like really fucking scary. So for us to survive, for us to fucking flourish, for us to repopulate, the strong people must survive. The strong people must repopulate. The masculine men, the true men, we must not let these fucking idiots take over the world, dude. Like, not even fucking idiots. We can't let some of the most powerful and corrupted people take over, because they already are. And obviously, like, obviously just one person can't do nothing, and that's why people are starting to get cults together, so that way, I mean, it's a lot harder to take out a massive group of people than it is to take out, you know, a handful of people. They're trying to get rid of Tate off all social medias, and I don't think he's necessarily gonna go anywhere. I just don't know what is gonna really happen for their situation, but only time will tell. And I really enjoyed this video, and we gotta fucking take control of our masculinity, boys. Take fucking control. Stop letting them brainwash you. Stop scrolling. Watch shit that is actually fucking making you think about your life, and think about the different actions you're making, thinking about the different choices you're making, and think about making a change. We need to make a fucking change, and it all starts with you. Each and every one of us. It all starts with you. You gotta fucking do shit tomorrow, do shit today, do shit tomorrow, do shit the next day that you didn't do the day before. Continue to improve yourself, continue to push yourself to new levels, and just don't stop. Force yourself into uncomfortable situations. That's when you grow as a human. You may not want to do this shit, but guess fucking what? That is what builds you as a person. You will not be a strong person by doing what you want your whole fucking life, believe it or not. It's not as simple as that. You gotta fucking do shit that you don't want to do, and realize what suffering is, because even when you're suffering at your lowest point, you don't even and I'm not speaking to everyone, because certain people obviously know what suffering is, but me personally, I don't even know what true suffering is. So that's what I mean. For the realization that I know there are people that got it so much worse. And so for me to just sit here and be like, oh, my life is shit, I can't do anything right, I can't get on track. Are you fucking kidding me? If you're watching this video, you have all the resources that you fucking need. Do something. Seriously. Fuck, take control of your fucking life, boys. See you guys in the next one. I'm passionate about this shit, because I don't want our fucking society. I mean, we're already going in a downfall, so it's like, what the fuck are we gonna do? Just continue to fucking brainwash and make people brain dead? Like, God. We gotta change shit, bro. We gotta I wanna make a video. One of my next self-improvement videos are definitely gonna be about oh fuck. I wanna do it about, like, a dopamine detox, but at the same time, I'm just, I want to so fucking bad, and I need to, as a matter of fact, but I need to wait until we finish the Last of Us playthrough, which sounds fucking stupid after all this shit that I'm saying. I realize that I sound like kind of a hypocrite right now. But look, I still have a passion for video games, and I want to make my life hard as fuck. And I want to get through that hard shit, but I still do have a passion for video games, and that will ultimately be what I do in the future, but it's not what I want to do right now. I want to challenge myself. I want to continue to learn all that I can, and I know that me playing video games isn't gonna help that. But with that also being said, I still want to be able to relate not relate, but I still want to be able to connect to those people that still just play a ton of video games. Because I'm still kind of that guy. I don't play a whole shitload of video games, but if I genuinely enjoy a video game and I genuinely, you know, feel like there's a reason to play it, which usually there isn't, let's be fucking honest, but I mean a reason to play it in terms of content, because I don't enjoy playing video games just to waste time anymore. I don't. Like, it is, and at the end of the day, it's a waste of time in general. Like, even me making content on it, I should be making content on other shit. That's just the reality, but at the same time, it's like, I do want to be able to connect to the gamers, because I'm a gamer too, and I want to be able to connect to the gamers and make them realize that, yeah, gaming's fun, yeah, doing all this bullshit is fun, but it's not getting you anywhere in life. Just because you may enjoy that moment gaming, you don't realize that in the long run, you're doing more damage to yourself than you are good by just having fun playing that video game. Like, yeah, it's fun, don't get me wrong, I know, I fucking love video games, but it's not doing anything. Even if there's some sort of enjoyment, even if you blow up on even if I blew up off video games, like, I would still challenge myself beyond that. And it's just, I don't want to be known just for video games, and I don't want to be known as a video game guy, but I still do have a passion for video games, and I absolutely want to be that guy that plays video games, but is also able to really truly inspire people to do different and fucking grind and focus on themselves and focus on their mind and all that shit. That's what that's the overall message that I truly want to send. And I still do have a passion for video games, but it's just like, if you look at someone like Nick Merckx compared to, and I don't want to compare people, but I'm simply comparing physique and, you know, what they do other than video games. And Nick Merckx has made a substantially ridiculous career off video games, right? And with that being said, he has made sure to maintain his body the entire time since he was young. I mean, don't get me wrong, he got into football. He was a football player, so he's had good physique since high school, and having good physique is way easier to maintain than obviously not having good physique and trying to get in shape. But at the end of the day, it's like, if you truly want to make something possible, if you want to truly make something happen, even if it comes to gaming, you have to challenge yourself outside of just gaming. Like, even if you blow up off video games, like, you got to realize that it's not helping your brain, it's not helping your body. It may help your pockets, but it's like, dude, like, there's so much more to life than fucking video games, money, and that. Like, there's more to life than video games and just getting rich, especially getting rich off video games. Like, there's so much more to life. Like, don't get me wrong, having money allows you to experience the finer things in life, and it allows you to experience a whole different life that you've always wanted to live necessarily. But it also makes you realize that it's not everything you dreamed it up to be. You know, more money, more problems. Everybody says that shit. It's like, it's not all fucking sunshine and rainbows just because you made some money. Especially if you made some money without being financially smart, without having a good head on your shoulders, if you make money without being in a good physical condition, it's not healthy. It's clear. It's very obviously not healthy. You're gonna indulge in even more unhealthy activities than you ever did before, and it's just going to be a never-ending cycle of unhealthiness, and that's the reality. And that's why it's so important. People want to get rich early and, like, get rich quick scheme, but it's like, you're going to get rich quick and then you're going to go fucking broke quicker, and then what? Like, that get rich quick scheme only fucking works once, and I don't fucking believe in people getting lucky, but a get rich quick scheme, that's luck, bro. You might as well gamble. You might as well take $1,000 to the fucking a casino or stake.com. You might as well fucking test your luck there, because you ain't gonna get rich quick. You ain't gonna get rich quick. Like, it's just not a reality. It's unfortunately, it is a reality in the society we live in. But the only people that fucking get rich quick are the people that put in a lot of fucking work and do a lot of shit to really set themselves apart from other people. And that's something that people don't realize. It's like you gotta continue to do different shit. You gotta continue to challenge yourself. But it's also they're absolutely, especially there's unfortunately, when it comes to social media, there's a luck factor for sure. I believe so, at least. But I also, it's not like 50-50 luck. Like, it's not like, oh, you create the most fucking great content, but it just flops because of luck. Like, no, that's not the case. If you make a truly good I truly believe that the YouTube algorithm is getting better in terms of, you know, smaller channels that are actually making good content. It will push you in the algorithm, and people if you make a good thumbnail, good title, and you actually intrigue people within the first 30 seconds to a minute, then, you know, you absolutely still have a chance. And that's why, you know, I believe I still have a chance, but I just got to continue to better myself and better my videos each time I'm making them. And I don't expect anything to come out perfect, and I don't look at anything as it's perfect, no matter how much I enjoyed it, no matter how much it made me feel good. And that's the thing about a passion. It's like, if you're truly passionate for something and you truly want to make something a reality, I believe God has his way of doing things, and all things will come full circle. If it's truly your passion, if it's truly what you're meant to do, you know, things will come full circle, and God has his plans, God has his timing, but that also doesn't come by doing the same exact thing. So if I were to just not improve my editing, not improve anything, like, no. God isn't just going to be like, here you go. No, that's not how it works. God supports his soldiers, supports his people that don't give up, the people that continue to try and do better each and every single day, because that's all that we can do. Pray and do better. Period. I'm not a Christian dude. I don't massively believe in God, but I absolutely believe in God. I absolutely believe in a higher power. I believe that everything happens for a reason. And I believe that we got to go fucking get it in this life. In this life, it's all about what you do towards your passion, what you do, because there's so many opportunities. Like, at the end of the day, it's not the same world that was even 20 years ago, even 22 years ago, you know. But pre-2000s was a literal different fucking time. Like, there were not as many opportunities. Social media is a completely different fucking ballpark that, you know, our parents and grandparents can't even fully comprehend. I mean, even we can't even fully comprehend what or why social media is the way that it is. I mean, we can, like, we know, but it's like, it's fucked up. If you really think about the deep, dark natures of social media and why social media is really a thing, it's kind of fucked up. And that's why I want to promote this message so much, because it's like, you cannot just you can't just follow everything and everybody that you see. Because not everybody is a good role model. Just because you look up to them doesn't mean that they're a good role model. That is just the reality. Like, you have to have good role models in you have to look up to good role models. You have to have good mentors, and you have to have good people in your circle that are actively trying to better themselves. Well, it's fucking tough. You know what? It's not fucking simple. It's really not, but you got to make a fucking effort, because the more you just sit around and expect shit to happen, nothing happens. Let me tell you, nothing happens. All right? I've ranted for about 15-20 minutes now, and I enjoy it. I feel like I could rant to a lot of people. I feel like live streaming, at least I feel like for me, live streaming would help my public speaking. Like, if I actually saw 100 viewers or something like that, not that I really care, like, obviously I still look up at the viewers, which is a bad habit. I wish I could just remove it. I might be able to. I cannot. Oh. That's how I do that. Okay, sorry. Wow, I could have just played Laffy Hip Hop this whole time. Damn, I wish I was playing Laffy. I call it Laffy, and I got flamed by my friend fucking Slubbed it the other day. He fucking flamed me for calling it Laffy. Lo-fi, sorry, lo-fi. All right, but even though I just started the lo-fi, we're about to get into the next video. And I don't think I want to watch all of these because that's fucking ridiculous. I think I want to watch 2 more. That's 20 minutes, and then I'll probably wrap up the stream around an hour, hour and a half. But why silence is power, priceless benefits of being silent. I like this video. What makes you a degenerate? It's a pretty good video too. Damn, they're all good videos. God fucking damn it. All right, well, guess what, boys? Quick stretch period. Everybody get up. Everybody get up. Stretching is extremely healthy, especially if you're working out. Even if you're not gonna work out though. Even if you're not gonna work out, it's still extremely important to stretch. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Gotta fix myself. It's extremely important to stretch. Get your blood circulating. Make sure all your joints are stretched out properly so that way you don't feel tight. And trust me, you're gonna thank me when you're older, or else you're gonna wish that you stretched when you were younger. And that is a guaranteed fact that I could guarantee you, and I would. Oh shit! Oh man. Fact is, lots of us at a very young age are super tight and we don't focus on stretching enough, and that shit, you feel it later on in life. You know, especially if you don't stretch at all. Fucking shit. Probably by the time you're in your 30s, you'll be feeling tight. You'll be wishing you stretched. Your circulation will be dog shit. You see that? You see this? This looks crazy. Dude. Yo, I'm gonna ouch. Okay. Alright, don't do that. But that's a good stretch, I'll tell you. Especially for right here, your groin. Oof. You wanna really widen your legs, pause. Some nice lunges in. Oh. Hit a little lunge. Oh yeah, that stretches a fucking hip real good. Real good. Today was chest and tries, but I'm still stretching my legs. Shit's important, boys. Get to it, get to it. If you feel like you've stretched enough, you haven't. Nah, if you feel like you're stretched enough and you haven't worked out today, give me some push-ups. I'll even do some push-ups with you. And I did work out. Not trying to make you feel like shit, but you know what? Let's fucking get to it, boys. Let's fucking get to it. Come on, then. Come on, then. Don't let the lo-fi hip hop distract you. It's a good motivation. I listen to this while working out. I'm fucking kidding. I am just kidding. I could never listen to this while working out. I listen to fucking podcasts and shit. You can't listen to music, but guess what? You can train your brain. You can train your brain to enjoy doing things, and you can train it to enjoy listening to shit while you work. I just completely lost my train of thought. You know what? 20 push-ups. Let's go. Right now. I'm gonna do them on my fists. So I'm training to be a fighter. Big boy fighter. Good. Boom. Oh, this fucking hurts. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh boy. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good shit, boys. Good shit, boys. You fucking did it. Good shit. You didn't? Fuck you. I'm just kidding. What the fuck? Ow! I just ripped my fucking neck off. Damn it. God damn it. Oh. You fucking did it? Good shit. You didn't? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Let me tell you, what the fuck? Cause you read the fucking title, the choice is yours. I can't force you to fucking do nothing. But guess what? You really think them 20 push-ups would have fucking... Do you think they would have bothered you? Some heavy breathing. Do you think they would have not been beneficial? Like, come on, what's your fucking reasoning behind not doing the goddamn push-ups? Don't piss me off. Get your fucking push-ups done, boys. God damn it. Alright. Oh, man. I need to re-stretch again now. Oh. Push-ups are good, boys. Fucking crank out them fucking push-ups. If you don't got no weights, listen, if you don't got no weights, you don't got no gym membership, don't worry about that shit. Hit push-ups, do ab crunches, do leg raises where you're laying completely on your back, raise your legs up, and then slowly bring them down. Slowly bring them down. Raise them back up, slowly bring them down. I'm telling you, that shit burns. And you can do incline push-ups where you're just leaning against something, doing some push-ups. Put your feet up on either your chair or your bed. Do those push-ups. Those are tough. But little incline push-ups like this. Like, say I could just use my desk for example and just do push-ups. Well, I mean, that's not a great example at all because I didn't really feel it whatsoever, but it is a good example. Because if you had like alright, this isn't a fitness stream, but what I do is I use my chair just like this. And I just go like that. And it's just doing these type of push-ups focuses your chest more. And when you do normal push-ups, it focuses your chest also, but it focuses your triceps more. But to specifically target, well, not even specifically, to target your chest and tries, but more your chest at those little incline push-ups. And then put your feet up on the chair. Do some push-ups like that with your hands on the ground. That shit's tough. Do dips. Just fucking get to work, boys. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I'm just kidding. I'm not though. What the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck push-ups right now. If you didn't hit them push-ups, do the fucking push-ups. Yeah, I don't. What fucking? Don't give me that whack ass excuse. Fuck. Fucking close this shit right now if you're gonna give me that whack ass excuse. No, I'm just kidding. No. I don't care. Do it. I don't fucking care. Alright. I should start streaming on Twitch, but there's just no growth on Twitch. So like right now people, you know, if you're watching this in the future, I love you. And just know, if you're watching this in the future, it is because I have taken seriously everything that I've said. And not only just that, I have disciplined myself beyond the point that I'm at now. Because I absolutely 100% could discipline myself more. I could get up earlier. I could go to bed earlier. I could do a whole lot of things. I could put in even more work than I am. Which I could do a lot of things. I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to sit up here and act like I'm perfect. I'm not trying to be the perfect role model for you. But I do just want to spread a message of not even positivity, spread the message of masculinity, and to fucking retake your balls. Take your fucking balls back and fucking let them drop. Stop fucking beating off. Stop fucking watching porn. Fucking take your balls back, take your fucking testosterone back, and be a fucking man. Yeah? Fucking pussy. Goddamn fucking pussy. Bunch of fucking pussies. Don't be pussies. I'm gonna put that in chat right now, too. Don't be fucking pussy. Wait, is this from my chat box? Is this for my... How do I... I don't think this chat box is showing the messages, is it? Okay, let me find out. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not signed into my own chat? Alright. Don't be pussy. Don't be pussy. Don't be pussy. Don't be pussy. Alright, is that gonna pop up on the screen? Hey, it did! Don't be pussy. You heard him? You heard him? Right there? Don't be fucking pussy. Pussy. Life ain't the bitch, you the bitch. Shout out Gerby. I'll tell you what, fucking, there's this one dude, Gerber, I forget his fucking last name. I don't even know if that's his real name necessarily, but he makes good, like, moist. He reminds me of fucking Charlie. Moist Critical. Reminds me of Critical. But, like, if Critical was 100, if Critical was focused on self-improvement, that's what he reminds me of. But anyway, let's get right into the news. Miyamoto Musashi. Alright, I think this would be an amazing video to check out. But, oh, didn't press record. Boys, today what the fuck? Get the fuck out of my face. Hello? Alright, sorry. Today, we are checking out Miyamoto. I'm sorry if I'm butchering this. Sorry. Miyamoto Musashi. I didn't add that accent. No. Life of Ultimate Focus. Miyamoto Musashi. I said that right. Wait, I said it right.
Miyamoto Musashi is one
Miyamoto
of the most
Musashi.
legendary samurai.
Shit, I'm good.
Japan's greatest swordsman.
Hold the fuck on. This is not 1080p. Sorry, we're gonna hear it again.
Miyamoto Musashi is one of the most legendary samurai and famed as
so
Japan's greatest swordsman, undefeated in more than 60 duels. After he escaped death during the Battle of Sekigahara, Musashi became a ronin. Aside from being a swordsman, he was also a philosopher, artist, and well-learned Buddhist. Before he died, Musashi left us with 21 principles named Dokodo. These are timeless rules that can inspire us today to live well. The majority, if not all of these rules, help us to establish one thing: focus. Focus is the quality of having a concentrated interest or activity on something. Needless to say, focus was a crucial component in Musashi's life, or what he called the way, which is a life of ongoing practice. His writings reveal that his lifestyle revolved around restraint, sacrifice, discipline, and not being swayed by
restraint, sacrifice. I want to write this down low key. Those are good vocab words. Restraint, sacrifice, discipline,
pleasure. These sacrifice, discipline, and not being swayed by pleasure.
Not being swayed by pleasure. That's facts.
Or in support of being able to focus. Especially when he spent time apart from society, Musashi was only concerned with perfecting his skill while aiming for enlightenment by the way of the sword. This three-part series elaborates on the 21 principles from Musashi's Dokodo. The first part explored the first 7 principles. This second part will explore how to live a life of ultimate focus based on the next 7 principles. Please note, The elaborations in this video are based on existing philosophies, the author's interpretations and reasoning, and are intended to be an inspiration for present-day life.
A life of ultimate focus. Damn. Damn, that thumbnail goes so hard too.
Never let yourself be saddened by a separation. Separation can take place in several ways. We can be separated from someone temporarily because of traveling, relocation, or permanently because of death. We can also become separated from certain objects, like personal items or money. For most of us, the separation from what we love leads to suffering. As we're attached to the object or person we're separated from, we experience an intense feeling of lack, as we believe that what's taken away from us belongs to us and is part of us. In Buddhism, this idea of possession is delusional. Many Buddhists would agree that we don't truly own anything outside of our mental faculties. Even our bodies aren't our own, as we don't fully control them. Musashi, being a Ronin and a Buddhist, was probably aware of this delusion of possession, as well as the burden of attachment to objects and people. His way was one of solitude and practice, and therefore he couldn't afford to be saddened by separations, because life is full of separations.
What? No, I just peeped the hairstyle. Hold on.
Afford to be saddened by separations.
What are these
because
hairlines?
life is full of separations.
Do they just not believe in hairlines?
Go, whether it's people, stuff, or wealth.
What the fuck?
Especially for a Ronin who is traveling from place to place. Attachment to the people he met and the places he visited would have led to continuous grief. Instead, as a Ronin, he had to embrace the temporary nature of things, including the inevitable conclusion of life, which is death.
Damn.
In his book of 5 Rings, Musashi wrote that the way of the warrior is the resolute acceptance of death. For a warrior, life is surrounded by death. The death of the people he slays, of the people that fight by his side, of the people he failed to protect, and of course, the risk of being killed himself.
God, that shit is so
Musashi must
beautiful.
have realized that death awaits us all. By being aware of this and accepting the impermanence of life, we'll have an easier time when we encounter it. 9.
Yeah.
Resentment and complaint are appropriate, neither for oneself or others. It's very common for people to spend insane amounts of time resenting and complaining about the world. The traps of resentment and complaint are very
But what is it doing?
into.
What's it doing for you? I mean, I just ranted for 20 minutes about
There's
life.
always something to complain about. But
Facts.
when we find ourselves in a continuous state of resentment about the world, it means that we're focused on others and not on ourselves. For someone who is dedicated to a life of ongoing practice, spending time resenting and complaining about the world or one's own life is detrimental. The world is beyond our control. People will act in ways that don't comply with our ethics and values all the time. People will behave foolishly, rudely, ungratefully. People will dislike us, try to interfere with our lives, treat us unjustly, try to take advantage of us. Furthermore, life isn't fair. We don't get equal shares of the pie. We aren't equally gifted, equally handsome, equally healthy. Trying to change this is a sincere ideal created by the human mind, but it's almost impossible to achieve, as we'll find nature working against us all the time. From a Buddhist point of view, we shouldn't spend too much time trying to change the world, and we should especially refrain from resenting what is. Instead, it's much wiser to focus on ourselves, live the best life we can while being accepting of those who don't.
Live your best life. While be accepting of those who don't? Is that not... pardon me. God, I'm such a fucking disgusting, filthy animal. I mean... Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not gonna let... Hold on, let me...
Live the best life we can, while being accepting of those who don't.
Live the best life that we can, while be accepting of those who don't. See, I'm not going to say 100 because I was about to say I 100% agree with that. But, so I 99% agree with that. But if we accept, like, obviously we must accept it from those who are not worthy, and we can't let it affect our life in a sense of happiness or whatever it may be. But also, if we're not doing our part, then how is society not gonna end up just crushing? Like, and we're just gonna fall on top of each other if we don't build each other up. Okay, so think about this I just had the most fucked up analogy. So think about if we're climbing a wall and we're climbing it like fucking ants, right? If there's just one group against the wall pushing one dude all the way to the top, like, that one dude might get over, but there's always going to be people at the bottom. There's always going to be people at the bottom, because it's like, without those people at the bottom, they're never going to be able to lift the person up to the top. Wow, that analogy is fucking insane. But with that being said, damn, there must be sacrifices. But I listened to a Joe Rogan, part of a Joe Rogan podcast earlier, and Joe said that, you know, he doesn't believe that there needs to be the burger flippers, the people working at Burger King. He doesn't believe that we need all those dog shit places, because in reality we don't need fast food. We don't need a lot of shit that we say we need, and we need people at the bottom like that. Like, yeah, we do, but not entirely. Like with the analogy I just made, so if you want to use different fast foods, for example, so I mean, you could say fast food industries are on the very bottom of that group that you're trying to lift over the wall, and the bottom group are all the employees at Burger King, and they're sitting there lifting up their manager or their general manager, the person that owns that store. They're sitting there lifting them up. Once that person gets over, they don't have enough people to even get one more person over, and they don't have enough money, they don't have enough whatever it is. They can only get that one person over. But I mean, at the same time, it's like that with a lot of other places. It's fucked up. We live in a society where you are set up to lose. But is that gonna be your story? That was good as fuck. Be
tolerant with others and strict with yourself. 10.
Wait, let's run that back one more time.
With yourself. So Marcus Aurelius put it, be tolerant with others and strict with yourself.
Ooh, that's fucking good. But at the same time, it goes with what I just said. Be tolerant with others, but strict with yourself. Damn, see, that's facts, but with that saying, then I should just be tolerant of the people around me not pushing themselves. Like, not that they're not, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, should I be tolerant of the fact that the people surrounding me, pardon, that is gross, the people surrounding me aren't focused the way that they could be, you know? Like, I've heard, obviously, that you got to remove yourself from those situations, and I do 100% agree with that, but at the same time, this video is really speaking to me, because do not let yourself be guided by the feeling of lust or love, and that is exactly what is holding me.
10. Don't let yourself be
guided by
the feeling of lust or love. In a previous video, I've explored the different types of love.
From hot as fuck to cold as fuck.
Called agape by the ancient Greeks on one end, and selfish love called eros on the other end. Musashi seems to point to eros in this case, which is a form of love motivated by lustful desire, also known among Buddhists as romantic love. In many of today's cultures, we see that romantic love is elevated to the
Lust. Very strong sexual desire. That's what lust means? I did not know that. Usually intense or unbridled sexual desire for something or circumstance while already having a significant... Oh. So lust is a pretty negative thing, kind of?
Status of ultimate concern. This human experience is almost seen as divine and thus worthy of our pursuit and sacrifice. Musashi clearly wouldn't have endorsed the way we treat romantic love today. This probably wasn't just because lust and love are so distracting and would have been harmful to his progress as a swordsman, but also because he was a Buddhist, and Buddhists don't buy this sacralization of romantic love. In fact, they are aware of the dangers of being guided by it. Like any other feeling, love and lust can overcome us. But we have the choice whether or not we engage with these feelings. Instead of letting ourselves be blindly guided by romance, it would be wiser not to forsake our ability to think rationally, so we stay grounded and focused on our path.
Facts!
Very unwise.
They see me rolling, they hating. Sorry.
People tend to make very unwise decisions while enchanted by lust and love. From choices
Facts.
that affect their work or violate personal boundaries to violence and even murder. 11. In all things have no preferences. The problem with preferences is that we create a dependency when it comes to the state of the outside world. When we come across something that we prefer, we're happy. But when we incur something that we don't prefer or even dislike, we're disappointed. As we don't have anything to say about what the environment presents to us, by having preferences, we'll give outside circumstances the power over our mood. Our equanimity will depend on whether or not the circumstances are preferable. This is kind of an inferior way to go about life. Musashi encountered many different people, objects and situations, but had to keep a tranquil mind so he wouldn't stray from his path. Strong preferences would have been harmful to his practice.
What is his face?
So it's wise to keep our preferences in check and instead embrace whatever fate overcomes us and make the best out of it.
Facts.
This way, we can never go wrong, and thus the quality of our focus remains independent of the result. 12.
Damn.
Be indifferent to where you live.
Huh.
As a Ronin, Musashi wandered over Japan, staying in many different places, from castles to caves. But regardless of where he lived, his way remained the center of his life. People nowadays put great emphasis on their living environment. They care a lot about their homes, the neighborhood they live in, the kind of furniture they possess. But when we're too attached to having certain living conditions, we'll get anxious when these conditions are threatened. When our living situation is truly unsafe, it's of course no luxury to abandon that place. But oftentimes, it's simple dissatisfaction with current circumstances that makes people look for another home. Some people are quickly bored and unhappy with their current home and believe that moving will take away this dissatisfaction. Unfortunately, the sense of fulfillment that follows after moving into a new place is only temporary, because wherever we go, we always take ourselves with us. Satisfaction and dissatisfaction happen within, not outside. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter where we live if we're content with ourselves. By being content with our homes, no matter how simple and small, we'll have one less thing to worry about and are more likely to stay focused on our purpose. 13. Do not pursue the taste of good food. Many, if not most people, indulge in the pleasure of the tongue by enjoying a good meal. Some spend long evenings wining and dining, consuming drink after drink and course after course. But foodies, beware. This behavior has its downsides. Miyamoto Musashi discourages the pursuit of good food. His exact reasons for this aren't known, but when we look at what other philosophers had to say about this, we might get an idea. The ancient Stoics, for example, were also concerned about food. They encouraged people to eat simply. Founder of Stoicism, Zeno of Citium, observed that when people get used to eating fancy...
I thought the founder of Stoicism was... I'm not even gonna try and... Euphrates. Now I look like an idiot, Riley. I know the name, but I can't fucking think of it. Hold on. God damn it. That just pissed me off. I want to watch this video now. Zeno of Citium. Never heard of him.
Expensive meals. They stop appreciating the simple foods. When our expensivism, Zeno of Citium, observed that when people get used to eating fancy, expensive meals, they stop appreciating the simple foods. When our appetites become oversaturated, we'll only crave more extravagant and stimulating ways to satisfy the pleasure of eating. Immoderate eating habits could very well turn into gluttony, which leads to health problems. We would say that a glutton enjoys and appreciates food, while the opposite might be the case. Voracious eaters and drinkers usually don't take time to eat mindfully and with an appreciation for the dish in front of them. Instead, they compulsively consume as much as possible to be temporarily relieved from the pain of food cravings. What we could do instead is eat mindfully and in limited amounts and train ourselves to not give in to cravings. By doing so, we'll be less attached to taste, and our cravings for food will weaken, so we're less likely to overeat. At the end of the day, the purpose of eating is nutrition, as we need fuel to live and thrive. 14. Do not hold on to possessions you no longer need. It seems like Musashi already knew the benefits of a minimalist lifestyle.
I need to get rid of
His
a
life
lot.
as a Ronin didn't lend itself to having possessions. Traveling Japan, staying in different places, fighting duels, perfecting his skill, possessions would only have been a burden. Besides his 2 swords, he only needed the basics to survive and practice. Some people tend to collect possessions as if the accumulation of material goods increases their happiness. This is really case for a while, but mostly it only creates a hunger for more. Eventually, the more we own, the more weight we carry on our shoulders, until we become servants of our possessions instead of the other way around. Clinging to our belongings, as well as the pursuit for more, creates anxiety, the fear of losing what we have, and the fear of not getting what we want. But when we have a higher purpose and are able to achieve higher levels of happiness, there's no point in chasing all these material possessions anymore. In Buddhism, when one finds contentment in stillness, without needing entertainment like television or music, chasing possessions doesn't make much sense. What it all comes down to is the ability to travel light, like a Ronin, so we can focus on what matters.
Facts. W fucking video by the man. Einzelganger. I think that was really good. Arden, I think that was good. Einzelganger. I think that's close enough. No? Really think she found my home. She made me lead the thrills at home, and I'm fine with it. Really think I found my home. Shawty made me feel at home. She made me lead the thrills at home, and I'm fine with it. Sorry. All right. All in all, great video. What a fucking surprise. What do you want me to say? A great video all in all. A life of ultimate focus. We must become Ronin, and we must focus on what matters in life. Let's quickly recap each chapter and each statement in each chapter. So it starts at chapter 8. So chapter 8, number 8. You know, he had 21 different What the? How was it said? Like 21 different philosophies? I don't think that's not the right. It's not the right word for it. Anyway, 8. Never let yourself be saddened by separation. It's inevitable. It's inevitable in life. Never let yourself be saddened by separation. Fuck, where are the chapters? Because I can't read it. God damn it, I can't read it all. Oh, here we go. All right, resentment and complaint are appropriate neither for oneself or others. Resentment and complaint are appropriate neither for oneself or others. Do not resent or complain about anyone or anything. And do not let yourself be guided by the feeling of lust or love. Leads to ultimate destruction. 11. In all things have no preferences. What the fuck? I forgot this part. What does that mean? In all things have no preferences.
Is that we create a dependency when it comes to the state of the outside world. Ever fate overcomes us and make the best out of it. This way, we can never go wrong, and thus the quality of our focus remains independent of the result. And instead, embrace whatever fate overcomes us and make the best out of it. This way, we can never go wrong, and thus the quality of our focus remains independent of the result.
Okay.
12.
Be indifferent to where you live. Do not let your environment tell your story. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Damn, wait. Doing a video in chapters like this is a good idea. Sorry. Do not pursue the taste of good food just because it's your favorite food, just because you love it. Don't expect to crave it every night and don't have it all the time. It'll only be better for you. Do not hold on to possessions you no longer need. This one is speaking to me. To moi. To moi, 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 moi. Speaking to me heavily. I have lots of possessions that I do not need. And I have a sentimental value, but never let yourself be saddened by separation. This is a good fucking video, boys. Great fucking video. Hope you boys enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do. Drop a like, subscribe. I'm getting more comfortable. I mean, you may not fuck with me. It is what it is. Alright. But I appreciate you for coming through regardless. And I hope you do fuck with me, you know. It'd be cool. It'd be cool. It'd be cool. Alright, both these videos were 20 minutes fucking long, and they were 13-minute videos. So I think I'm gonna end it here, boys. And yeah, appreciate you for coming through. I'm gonna watch a couple more videos, and I think they're gonna be posted each day throughout the week until The Last of Us 2 comes out. Which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because I'm gonna be posting it on this channel. It's not gonna relate to The Last of Us 2, but you know what? Fuck it. Alright. So we're moving on to the next video. I totally didn't do an outro. Fuck. Whoops. Ew, what the fuck, weirdo? Wait, have I had the Laffy playing the whole time? Boys, has the Laffy been lo-fi? Has that shit been playing the whole time, bro? I just ended that video and this shit's still playing. Am I tweaking, or has this been playing the whole time? It probably has, but I think it sounded, I don't think it sounded bad. Damn. Real quick though, I'm watching Lo-Fi Girl. Who's going back to uni/school next week? 32% of people are going to school. Oh, 37% went back last week. Oh, wow. That is 69% of people. That's about that's about 15,000 people watching right now are either going back to school or are in school. Wow, and I am part of the 25% that is not going to school. Wow. Makes me feel a little old. Ah, fuck. Not that old though, honestly. It's whatever. But I'm fucking, jeez. Gotta make some shit happen. Gotta make some shit happen. Gotta make some shit happen. All right. Now, I am extremely interested in this video, why silence is power. But I'm also pretty interested on what makes you a degenerate. But I know I'm not a degenerate. Here is your great soul, the man who has given himself over to fate. On the other hand, here's your great soul, the man who has given himself over to fate. On the other hand, a man is a weakling and a degenerate who smuggles and maligns the order of the universe and would rather reform the gods than reform himself. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. That's pretty good shit. Pretty good shit. But I don't know if I want to watch it. The ancient Stoics based their morals on reason. They created an ethical system that focuses on living in arrangement with nature or a universal rational principle. Stoic ethics distinguish virtues from vices, seeing a life of virtue as the optimal way to live. From the Stoic point of view, someone who lives a life of vice can be considered a degenerate. Okay. Alright. Wait. How am I not? That's bullshit. I'm definitely sub to him. But alright. Why do I keep doing that? Alright, or do we watch this? All profound things and emotions are... All profound things and emotion of things are preceded and attended by silence. I keep doing, back in the day, my old English teacher, shout out Mr. Cowett, he always used to do that. And it used to be the funniest thing. He'd get done fucking lecturing. No, I mean, we were fucking, not seriously lecturing. We were in like 7th, 8th grade. But he would get done talking like super serious about something. And he was super passionate about that shit. That's why he was such a good teacher. Truly. And I learned a lot from him apart from just English. And he was underpaid like a motherfucker. He was a good fucking dude. Anyway. I hope to see him again in the future. Anyway, any fucking way. He always used to not like that. He would just get done talking all seriously. Good shit. Miss you, Mr. Cowett. Fuck. I mean, I don't miss school, but I miss some of the teachers. Some of the teachers were good fucking people, man. You can't hate on all your teachers, you know. They're there for you. Teachers truly care about, you know, most of them. Most teachers truly, you know, they're teachers because they want to help children see life in a different way that they wish they would have seen it. That's basically what I get out of it. But boys, shit. Today we're checking out why silence is power. The priceless benefits of being silent. Now I know it's been fucking 3 videos in a row now by Einzelganger. Wait. Einzelganger. Einzelgänger! Alright, yeah, he's got really good he's got really good videos, you know? The power of silence is versatile. But silence can transcend speech, speak without words, and complement where verbal language is lacking. And keeping silence also has advantages in terms of creativity, mental health, spiritual and religious practice, achieving the upper hand in negotiations, and even as a way to intimidate. Yo, what is good with my brain today? This video explores the power of silence, unfolding four priceless benefits of being silent. I believe it's gonna be a banger before we even start. So I'm gonna drop a like on that motherfucker, and you should do the same for more.
Things.
Why the fuck is it?
The emotion of things are proceeded.
Why is it doing
this?
this?
Herman Melville.
There we go.
In Western culture, by silence. Herman Melville. In Western cultures, silence is commonly used as a means to show respect and recollect. One example, prominent in Dutch culture, is the Silent March that grew out of the silent Catholic walks in Amsterdam. This Catholic tradition was a reaction to a prohibition on their processions by the Protestant establishment. A march in silence, without prayer, singing, religious garments or attributes wasn't prohibited, and so a new ritual arose that survived to this day. As for the silent marches, often a response to senseless violence, people react in a way that transcends the many hollow words swirling around after a tragic event and our culture of noise in which violence so frequently occurs. Similarly, the annual remembrance of the dead answers the killing and murdering of all Dutch victims of wars and peacekeeping missions with 2 minutes of silence. It's silence that makes these rituals so powerful. There's no music, no words or singing to distract oneself from the purpose. Moreover, what better resistance to the deafening noise of war and the loudness of violent people engaging in mindless bloodshed is there besides silence? And when words aren't sufficient, isn't silence the most appropriate response? The power of silence is versatile. Silence can transcend speech, speak without words, and complement where verbal language is lacking. And keeping silent also has advantages in terms of creativity, mental health, spiritual and religious practice, achieving the upper hand in negotiations, and even as a way to intimidate. This video explores the power of silence, unfolding 4 benefits of being silent. 1. The quieter you are, the more you hear. The mystic and poet Jalal al-Din Muhammad Rumi once realized that the quieter we become, the more we're able to hear. From his mystical point of view, listening is essential, as Rumi tried to get closer to God and hear a quote-unquote voice that doesn't use words by being still. When we let go of all the words, we open ourselves up to other voices previously suppressed by continual verbal noise. These could be inner voices, as philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson called the inner knowing, and outside voices and sounds that one misses because of a lack of listening. We can listen effectively if we keep quiet, inside and outside. By keeping quiet, we become receptive to our surroundings. We pay attention to what our senses observe, so we learn and eventually become smarter and wiser. If we refuse to keep quiet, nor listen to what others have to say, we only share what we already know and don't learn anything. The ancient philosopher Pythagoras once stated, "A fool is known by his speech, and a wise man by silence." Similarly, Lao Tzu wrote, "Those who know do not talk, those who talk do not know." Being quiet helps us learn about the environment and recognize dangers and opportunities that we would have skipped if we were too busy talking. But it also allows us to gather information about ourselves. Often, people are so busy overthinking, worrying, ruminating, and analyzing that they're shutting down the underlying voices that are trying to speak. For example, we may forget to listen to our intuitions, or let our bodily pains tell us about specific health issues, or we block ideas and solutions that are already within us from coming to the surface because our conscious minds generate too much noise. Keeping quiet can also lead to more philosophical, spiritual insights. For example, generally, people tend to identify with their thoughts and thus believe that we are what we think we are, and that the selves we have created in our minds are in fact us. In Buddhism, thoughts are one of the 5 aggregates, fabrications of the mind we mistake for being ourselves. We are not our thoughts, according to the Buddha, and if we quiet down and observe our thoughts, we'll discover that everything we think, all our ideas, concepts, identifications, are fleeting. Hence, according to the Buddha, a fixed self isn't really there. But we only discover the illusory nature of thoughts if we keep quiet and observe and recognize them for what they are. 2. Silence boosts creativity. The theoretical physicist Albert Einstein argued that silence stimulates the creative mind. When he couldn't come up with an idea, he would just stop thinking and swim in silence, as he called it, and wait for the right information to come to him. Therefore, like many other great minds, Einstein spent a lot of time in solitude, using quietness to his advantage. As he stated, and I quote, "The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulate the creative mind." End quote. Executive Director of the Neuroleadership Institute, David Rock, wrote an article for Psychology Today stating that, quote-unquote, "an open mind is a quiet mind." He researched the so-called aha moments people have, during which a creative idea or solution arises by itself. These aha moments involve weaker, less noticeable connections between neurons,
shit, my
which are
eyes are getting
difficult to
heavy.
notice when other louder signals dominate the brain.
He's putting me to sleep.
Thus we have insights when our overall activity level in the brain is low. This happens when we're either doing something that doesn't require a lot of mental effort, when we're focusing on something repetitive, or just generally more relaxed, like when we wake up. Insights require a quiet mind, because they themselves are quiet. End quote. So it seems that we need to create the right circumstances for our minds to quiet down. For some people, this may be going for a walk and repetitive forms of exercise,
ugly
or
ass
listening
feet.
to calming music. For others, like Einstein, it might be dwelling in silence and solitude. Many of the great minds of the past, like Isaac Newton, Elizabeth Bishop, and Nikola Tesla, worked alone in quiet places. 3. Silence can send a powerful message. In many cases, keeping quiet can send a much stronger message than using speech. By responding to words with silence or using rightly timed pauses during conversations, we're able to communicate effectively without speaking or writing. The Dutch silent rituals exemplify how silence creates a strong message. For example, during the remembrance of the dead on the 4th of May, the 2 minutes of silence are always the most impactful moment of the entire ceremony, including other rituals and speeches by different people. Silence allows us to express what discourse cannot. The many words uttered, ideas shared, and promises made never fully encompass the human experience. However, the power of silence as an answer to tragedy is that we acknowledge that no amount of words do justice to what we seek to commemorate. It's so significant to us that we're willing to stop talking and be silent for a certain amount of time. Is there a better way of showing respect? In conversation, using silence can be powerful as well. American author Mark Twain stated, and I quote, "The right word may be effective, but no word was ever as effective as a rightly timed pause." End quote. Academic research shows that silence in a conversation starts to feel unbearable after approximately 4 seconds. Author of the book Cringeworthy, A Theory of Awkwardness, Melissa Dahl, wrote in an article that awkward silences can be a powerful tool for getting what you want. Dahl stated, and I quote, "In researching my new book, Cringeworthy, which is about the psychology of awkwardness, I found that uncertainty is a big factor in the unpleasantness of feeling awkward. These are life's unscripted moments, when there's no clear indication of what to say or do next. It's a well-established finding in psychology research that not knowing tends to make people uneasy. End quote. So the uncertainty caused by such silences in conversations makes people uneasy. Did I say something wrong? Does this person dislike me? What's going to happen next? And so the person on the receiving end of the silence may proceed to make any decision just to end the uneasiness of the uncertain gap in the communication. And this decision could be beneficial to the person brave enough to keep silent.
Dude, I can't
at the
stop
right
fucking
moment.
blinking.
Another benefit of keeping silent during conversations is that it's safer than speech. In some situations, whatever we say weakens our position. For example, if we're part of a conversation about a subject we don't know anything about. In such cases, it's more powerful to listen, not just because listening grants us the opportunity to learn, but also because we don't make a fool out of ourselves by trying to appear knowledgeable when we are not. Moreover, keeping silent shows that we're interested and willing to listen, which people generally appreciate. Roman writer Publilius Cyrus once stated, "I often regret that I have spoken, never that I have been silent." 4. Silence improves well-being. How can one take refuge from a noisy world and a noisy intellect? Innumerable experiences of many different people across the ages tell us that silence helps us calm our busy minds. A significant body of research suggests that silence relaxes the mind, enhances sleep, and lessens insomnia. Also, a study found that 2 minutes of silence has a more calming effect than listening to relaxing music. Other studies show that environmental noise exposure increases stress hormone levels and can cause disruptions in sleep structure. Unnecessary noise is the most cruel absence of care that can be inflicted on sick or well, wrote Florence Nightingale, an English social reformer and founder of modern nursing. In an article on Psychology Today, author George Michelson Foy tells us that we've learned to tolerate noise and see it as something positive in our modern society. Noise means that the machines are working, all technologies we have created are up and running. But by tolerating this noise, we make a serious mistake, according to Foy. Noise kills, and the excessive input does real damage.
You guys see me
and
just
is detrimental to our ability to function. An argument backed up by a copious amount of studies.
fucking falling asleep.
Hence, to
Holy
escape
shit, this
the
dude's putting me
unhealthy
asleep,
flow
literally.
of information and noise, we need to build silence into our lives. Moments
Yeah,
of
I got
silence
fucking
improve
silence
overall well-being
in my
and
mind right
performance.
now.
I quote, "Release is what I'm truly craving here, and release comes from emptiness. The emptiness of silence, of lonely landscapes, of closed eyes, of lying down in a dark, quiet room, the drop in tension that happens when we take a vacation somewhere calm, the instant of zero gravity during orgasm, the psychic leap of a good joke when it flips the world on its head for a splinter of a second. Such voids cut off the fascist flow of constant information and allows us to recalibrate, to think better, to question for a second our baseline. It is really, really important to do that." End quote. Silence is minimalistic and empty, yet imposing and powerful. We can't verbalize silence, but everyone understands it. It's all-encompassing, mysterious but clear, soothing but painful, idle
Facts.
but useful, consenting but rebellious, and
Facts.
elusive but accessible to anyone. Thanks for watching.
Oh man, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Eisenganger. Einzelganger. Fuck. Appreciate you boys for coming through. The quieter you are, the more you hear. Silence boosts creativity. Silence can send a strong message. Silence improves your well-being. You heard it here first, folks. Well, no, you probably didn't hear it here first, but holy shit, I'm not gonna lie, I almost just fell asleep. I just was fighting my fucking eyelids to stay open. And then at one point, I was just gone for a second. But appreciate you boys for coming through. I'm not even gonna watch that last video because I will 100% fall asleep. And yeah, recap of the video. Silence is important, you know. especially when you're communicating with people. You wanna listen more than you're speaking, and I have a bad habit of that, honestly. But it's mainly when I talk to the same people that I talk to every single day. I talk a lot because I want them to hear the things that I'm saying and potentially start thinking the way that I'm thinking. But it is what it is. I cannot. We learned in the last video. We learned a lot in the last video about that specifically and in general. But I appreciate you boys for coming through. Hope you guys learned something from this video. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, and let me know down below what it was, because I definitely did. And I love these type of videos. I love watching them, so I figured, you know, what better to do than start a little live stream, react to them, and then post them. Why the fuck not? Appreciate you boys for coming through. You know, this is like the 18th time I said it, but I'll see you boys in the next one. I kept forgetting that I was fucking recording, and I was trying to just record the outro, and then I was kind of talking to the whole stream in general. But I appreciate you all for staying through. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you all coming through. I appreciate you for staying this far, and I hope you've taken what I've said and start to apply it to yourself and start to do better things, start to do more things. Just challenge yourself all around. The choice is yours. Do you want to choose the red pill or the blue pill? You know, me personally, I ain't feeling that blue pill. I ain't feeling that blue pill, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, that blue pill ain't for me. Could be for you. Hopefully it ain't. Because we need to start taking the red pill and fucking take control of our lives. Fuck the Matrix. Appreciate you boys for coming through for the 18,000th time. See you guys in the next one, boys. Peace out. Fuck, wrong one.